Jamal Bowman went on television and talked about his J Street experience. J Street is the liberal Zionist organization.
We are
Here, let's hear it from him, and then you can hear what the naysayers are saying.
So we've been using a lot of rhetoric around a two-state solution for decades. And when I went there, I saw that we are nowhere near a two-state solution. Myself, as a sitting member of Congress, could not walk through certain checkpoints in the West Bank because I wasn't Jewish. So we're using rhetoric, but our policies aren't matching the rhetoric, and our policies aren't matching the urgency of the moment. So we've been using a lot.
So he said this, and if you are a member of the Hasanabi community, or if you've been in here for my coverage over the course of the past month or so, you've probably seen time and time again how I have covered the West Bank checkpoints and how this brutal permit regime actually is tyrannical and ruins the lives of Palestinians. It's by design. And yes, there are certainly parts where only Jewish people are allowed to go to, or rather, no Muslims or no Palestinians are allowed to go to inside of the West Bank. Ta-Nehisi Coates also talked about his experience with an Israeli occupying force person, okay, at one of these checkpoints. And not only that, but this is a well-documented situation. It's well documented by Israeli human rights organizations like Breaking the Silence, as I mentioned already, comprised of Israeli veterans, and also B'Tselem, and many other international organizations as well. So why is it that so many dumb motherfuckers are able to just say that this is an outrageous lie? Eitan Fishberger, a comms expert, who has written for the New York Daily News, NBC News, NRO, Newsweek, DC Examiner, right-wing guy, who's written for Tablet Mag, says, an outrageous lie from Representative Bowman. Myself, as a sitting member of Congress, could not walk through certain checkpoints of the West Bank because I wasn't Jewish. There isn't a single checkpoint like this. He hates the Jews so much, he really does. Immediately, this is like, oh, you hate Jews. That's why you said it. It's like, it is so ridiculous. It is so fucking ridiculous to immediately go, oh, you must hate Jews. That's why you said this, when he's just simply talking about his own personal experience. Now, I factored in the fact that he might have misspoken here, but that doesn't change the reality of the fucking the checkpoint system in the West Bank. And to which I responded, I love how defenders of Israel's apartheid absolutely rely on Americans not knowing how bad it is. The unimaginable cruelty also makes it less believable to liberals, except all of this is well documented by Israeli human rights organizations. And even if Bowman misspoke about his own personal experience, one must ask why there are checkpoints to begin with and different roads for Palestinians with different license plates. How can people simply not realize what's happening in the West Bank? Now, this is a fucking idiotic thing to immediately go, oh, anti-Semitism on. It is so stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you immediately hit the, oh, classic Jew hate, real classic anti-Jewish behavior. Oh, wow, you're a Jew hater. You're a Jew hater. Like, what a ridiculous fucking thing. What a ridiculous thing. What a ridiculous button to hit immediately. You are devaluing real anti-Semitism by conflating it with unironic, truthful statements expressed by American congresspersons and their own personal experiences, which are being backed by the fucking trip that J Street put together. I led the trip with Jamal Bowman. It's a fact. There are checkpoints in Hebron where security separates who can walk where by religion. Other checkpoints keep roads sterile of Palestinians. I've been there dozens of times. Join me. He was responding to Richie Torres, Israel's bravest soldier and biggest defender. They are not Richie Torres. I was stopped at one, and I'm not allowed to proceed because I am Muslim. My wife, who is Jewish, was allowed to pass. Why would you fucking lie about something like this? Why? It is so easily provable. It has happened on camera time and time again. The Israeli occupying force is very arrogant in its maintenance of the apartheid in the West Bank. To conflate this with anti-Semitism is to devalue anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is real. It is a very harmful bigotry. It is so fucking psychotic. She literally says, only Jews walk here. He goes, why?
Captain.
The captain decided. Right here, that's just one video, and it's happened time and time again. Why? Why would you lie about something like this? They're being debate purpose by pointing out the checkpoints technically aren't Jews only, but more like no Palestinians. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the outcome oftentimes is the same. Hey, quiet. Is still the same. You are upholding an apartheid. That's it. And yes, because of the rules that were set and because of how the apartheid is supposed to work, yes, of course, there are soldiers that take matters in their own hands and say, yeah, Jews only. Fuck out of here. I explained all of this to you so you get a better understanding of like how these prisoners are being released and how they are being treated. They are hostages under the Israeli occupation. And as far as we know, their conditions are fucking gruesome. Far more gruesome than what, for example, the 85-year-old Kibbutz Be'eri lady explained how her conditions were under Hamas detention, as a hostage under Hamas.